All right, welcome back to Whiskey Moments Podcast. I'm your host, Paige McCormick. Joining me today,
Jacob Feltman.
Stuck in between the lines, enemies and lovers is hard sometimes. Trying to uncover what's on your mind. You don't even know anymore.
Bear Creek, Alabama.
Bear Creek,
Alabama.
Man, the way you say Alabama, dude.
Yeah, I had a conversation one time with dude, this was probably back in 21 or 22. I'd met a producer, Vasal Benford, out in LA, and I'd talked to him on the phone. And when I got out there, we walked up, and it was me and like three other black dudes that went up to his house. We walk in, and he goes, "Where's the artist at?" And they all pointed at me, and he's like, "Bro," he's like, "There's no way you could have I could have guessed what color your skin was by the way I was talking to you on the phone." But see, I mean, I was raised by my grandparents and stuff, and they're, from the 50s and stuff like that. So I was anything that I'd ever known living in the backwoods and stuff. Like,
I was about to say, Bear Creek just sounds like it's...
Yeah, just like growing up listening Conway, Twitty, stuff like that, George Jones, like people like that. Like, that's all I knew. Like, working in the garden and stuff, that's what I knew. Like, I knew, old school living. So, I mean, that just kind of accustomed, just comes out of me, like how it is.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's different. Like, it's just...
Yeah. I mean, dude, at some point, it was like, where I was like, man, why do I sound like this?
Can you tell, like, when you listen to yourself, can you hear the accent, or no? Is it just natural to you?
I can't hear it.
You can't hear
it at all. But people just
people say something.
Anytime I meet people in Nashville, like Atlanta, they just smile. And they're like, I can't. They're like, that's wild. I'm like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? I'm just talking.
And they're like, say something else. I'm like, and that puts me on the spot. I'm just like, well, I don't know what to say now.
That's whenever I first showed a video of you to my wife, it was when you were the Timbaland.
Yeah.
The one of the videos you posted on TikTok, I showed it, and she was like, well, he doesn't really sound like that. I was like, wait for it. And then you were talking about the weather in Alabama, and you said it, and I was like, there it is. So
yeah, dude, it's just so natural. And even people, I guess it's just because of being raised from my grandparents, like how I was, like even people from around the area.
Oh, really?
They're like, dude, you sound so country. And I'm
so do people in the area, can you hear there, or does it just sound normal?
It just sounds normal.
Do you think they talk the exact same as you? You think they have the same accent as you? You just can't tell it?
Somewhat.
Okay.
Somewhat now. Once I start drinking and I start getting a little tight, it's bad. It's really bad. That's why I'm afraid of this right here. I'm afraid something's gonna be people are gonna hear this and they're gonna be like, oh my God, ain't no way he sounds like that. People think people actually think it's a gimmick.
Really?
Because I've been on TikTok live and stuff, and I would join people's live, wouldn't show my face, and be singing, playing the guitar, and they're like, this is he does not sound like that. This is fake. And I would join up and I would start talking and I'd play again and be like,
that's not fake.
Oh my God.
That's there's only one person I've ever thought that their stage, not their stage presence, but their sound, I guess, has gotten more country almost, and I can't tell if it's real or fake, and it's Lainey Wilson. Do you know what I mean?
No,
her twang.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say that is because when you hear her in Yellowstone, when she was on Yellowstone before she blew up in country music, she's still twangy, but it's just not as emphasized.
Yeah.
But maybe that was her thing, maybe that label was hey, you need to dial this in.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, I think that probably could have been what happened and stuff, just because, man, if you're in the country music and you're working in the industry like that, they just want you
you gotta have something
twang it up.
Something to stand out too, because not everybody has that. Your voice. Do you think having that helps you with your singing? I can hear it when you sing too.
I think it helps me. I think it's going to end up helping me in the long run, when doing podcasts and stuff like this, because people will hear me talk. People will hear me talk about my home life and stuff like that, where I grew up, and they'll be like, oh, this guy
kind of understanding the,
because
the roots of it.
Yeah, and I understand people's like concerns with how country music is kind of does these like little flip flop things, like switches up so much, and like there's these collaborations from like other like genres and stuff like that. So like it's like they're like people are like they're oversaturating like country music and stuff with all this. Like we want like traditional country music, which I think the blend is always a good thing. You need something fresh, but it always goes back to
its roots. Yeah,
to the roots, because you got people like Zach Top that comes out. You got people like Jake Worthington that comes out, and you're like, country music's still alive and well.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
And I think Ella Langley is like one of the best female artists I've ever heard. Like she's
good.
To me she's like a female Morgan Wallen. Like she's gonna end up making like major hits. Like she's good.
She's already got some.
No, yeah,
I mean,
already got some,
and
but
she's so
good.
young. That's what's crazy. That's the video that blew up for me. Was talking about Ella Langley.
Oh really?
Yeah, with a buddy. He literally he was like, "This is gonna be a hot take." He's like, "I think Ella Langley's best to ever do it." And and it has like I'm still getting video views, and he was like the third artist I had on the podcast, and so I have it pinned. But when it started, I think I had like 6,000 views, and like with 700 followers, or whatever. I'm like, all right, like we're getting traction. And then like a couple days later, I'm at 10K. Now it's at 32,000. Like, dude, and it just keeps climbing. Like it just gets spurts. Somebody will comment, and it goes back into people's For You page, and it's just crazy. Also, we didn't toast at the beginning, but we'll toast real quick. And we'll try to handle this for a minute. Goodness. We're drinking I don't know what this is, but Jacob brought it as a gift, and it burns. So that's fun. We'll show it later. I'll put a picture of it.
Absolutely set my ears on fire.
Yeah, dude, my ears are on. I mean, it is. It burns all the way down. I don't know what it is.
I say like I'm like also too like I'm not no like raging alcoholic. Like I'm a weekend warrior. Like especially like during like Saturdays, like Alabama playing. Yeah. Alabama football going. I'm gonna be drinking.
I was about to ask you, Roll Tide guy.
Absolutely, 100%.
Well, at least my team's still in the SEC. They're just not. They're definitely not anywhere near the best. We had a good season last year. I'm a Mizzou fan. I'm from Missouri. Yeah. So big Mizzou fan, which we don't really play Alabama. I don't know why. Like I think we met a couple years ago. I don't know that we actually played I don't think we played last year.
No, we definitely wasn't last year. They flip-flopped the schedule so much.
Well, because, with Texas and Oklahoma coming in.
Bama we didn't even play Mississippi State last year. I don't think we played Ole Miss last year. Like we didn't play any of the Mississippi teams that we usually play. And like there were some games you just like
where's it at? Where's it at?
We've always played these teams. Like don't take that away, because I mean, like playing against Ole Miss, like that like Lane Kiffin like rivalry and stuff like that. It was just always good.
What is Bama's biggest rival?
I mean, it's gotta be. I mean, Auburn.
Is it Auburn? I don't know.
That Iron Bowl to me. I tell people this: in the state of Alabama, when you come out like in the womb, like when you come out being born as a baby, they put it on your birth certificate when you're born. They ask the parents, they're like, "Is this going to be an Auburn fan or an Alabama fan?" And it's like they stamp it, and that's what you are. that's my like belief on it. Like
that's wild,
because they like in Alabama, it's taken so seriously. Like it ain't no you see a stranger, it ain't no hey or anything like that. How are you doing? It's Roll Tide, brother. War Eagle. Like that's Alabama's hey.
That's wild, dude. That is wild. Alabama's got their own language. It's just Roll Tide.
Yeah, I actually last year for the Georgia game, the Alabama Georgia game, that was so close. I was at that game. The next day, I had to go to the studio session in Atlanta. I was at that game. I'm talking about yelling my heart out.
Yeah, how was that?
We ended up winning, obviously, and stuff. I got absolutely blitzed. Wake up in the morning, drive to Atlanta. My voice is completely gone the whole way there. I've got the heater jacked up. I'm drinking room temp water. I'm pouring salt in it, gargling it, and shit like that, like everything. And like, I stopped at a gas station, got some honey, made some green tea. Got there, it's still gone.
Oh no!
My guy, that Street Symphony, he's a producer out in Atlanta, but he's the one like he kind of managed me on that side. Like he gets me like these connections with people, put me in these rooms, and he come in there. And he's pissed. I'm like, man, I'm sorry.
So did you just you weren't able to do anything that day?
No. we ended up rescheduling, and I came back and bodied it.
Yeah. What do you do in a studio? So is that just recording? Is it songwriting? Is it?
Yeah, usually like sometimes like when, cause like up in Nashville, my guy Dirty Rice that I've been in sessions with, sometimes he'll make it on the spot, make the instrumental and stuff on the spot, and like I'll write in the session, or just go and demo stuff like that, just to kind of have it down, kind of have the idea of it and stuff like that, just so we can pick parts on it.
Right. So you released your first song this year? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say on Apple and Spotify. It's on Spotify?
Yeah, I released it. Yeah, like it released on like all of those like platforms, like Apple, Spotify, like the Tidal, Amazon Music, and stuff like that. Released on all those. But I'd done a live performance video on it this year too, and put it on YouTube. And I think, man, on Instagram it caught a lot of traction, caught a decent amount. I think it had like I have it pinned, it has like 15,000 like views and stuff. But I mean, yeah, that's my most viewed on Instagram.
Does TikTok let you do? Can you have your music on? Yeah, people have their music on TikTok.
Yeah, my music, it's on TikTok.
Your TikTok's kind of shot off, hasn't it?
Yeah, like dude, it gets to a point like it's so weird about TikTok's algorithm too, because like you get to a point to where like you like plateau. Like I like plateaued at like 40,000, and then if you take an old video, I have an old video, my David Allan Coe cover that I did, and I've reposted it like 4 times, and each time it's gotten over like 100,000 views. And I'm like,
that's wild.
Yeah, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And then I'll post like another video, and it'll get like 300 views, and I'm like,
yeah,
this is weird.
Yeah, Instagram's algorithm's weird. It is weird. I saw a guy that said post 7 days, like every day for 7 days, and he was like, one of your posts will go. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's weird. It's just a weird thing to do.
I think for Instagram, they like to see consistency and stuff. TikTok is very like, you can go, someone can get on there today, just now downloading TikTok, post a video, and they get 10 million.
Dude,
like,
it's crazy. It makes no sense.
No, it's like off rip, and you go to their profile, and they have one video following nobody and got 10,000 followers. Like, it's,
yeah.
Dude, TikTok to me, that's why like, I love TikTok. Because like my For You page is like funny videos like all the time. It's just funny videos and music and stuff.
Right.
So I enjoy like doom scrolling on it. But like the success rate from TikTok, I feel like it's not as what people see, like what people like really know, because like someone can take off from TikTok. Mm-hmm. A lot of artists have taken off from TikTok, and like kind of that one song, and after that they just kind of drift back into the corner and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that quite a bit too. I mean, I've seen people like I Shazam a lot of songs on TikTok and on my personal page, and I've had songs like, what I'll do is whenever they're about to come, when they're like releasing it, dude, I hate pre-save links. I just don't ever pre-save anything. And so I always like the song, and then like a month or two later, I'll go through my liked videos. I'll find that song of them singing. I'll Shazam it again, see if it's out, and then I'll download it. And that, I find a lot of artists that like that's their own. Like, I'll go back and see that, and then it's like 6 months later, and they're still reposting that song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's wild. But
that's a difficult thing, like, because with my song, I'm still pushing it and stuff, because
it came out this year. When did you actually release it?
The end of January.
Okay.
Which say like, because it's been about
right around
half a year. Yeah. So I mean, like, but that song, like, I genuinely feel like that song like has a place. Like,
it's got more. It's gonna have more momentum.
It's got tons of potential. Like, because I wrote that song. We wrote that song in 21.
Really?
21 or 22, I think.
Wow.
And I got to write that song with Breland. And
that's
Nashville.
Cool. Yeah.
No, like, Breland's ridiculous.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
He's probably one of the best, hands down, like artist-wise, like, he's an artist. Like, dude gets in the studio and just, like, he's different. Like, he goes into a different mode. Like,
I need to go.
Eyes closed, and they're playing the instrumental, and he's just humming stuff, and then all of a sudden, bam,
it's there.
And I'm like, what?
Just comes natural for people, man. Sometimes.
No, dude, it's crazy. And see, I've been in the studio with like rappers too, who they hear the beat, they want to hear the beat through one time, and he's like, all right, I got it.
You got it lined up in their
goes
head.
in there, 10 minutes, song done. I'm like, bro, I'm like, y'all work at a different speed. I'm like, I gotta sit there and like few hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Really kind of meditate on it a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. A lot of people that are like, they'll like demo the song, I guess, and then they'll sit and listen to it for like 4 months, just constantly, and make sure they still like it after that.
Well, see, like I'd gotten to the habit real quick because like luckily for me, I'd had a lot of people like in the industry and stuff, a lot of like good people like tell me, they're like, as soon as that demo's done, like, you can listen to it a couple times, and if you hear something after that, you'll hear something out of the first few times you listen to it. And they're like, if you hear something, like let us know, let someone know like immediately and stuff like that. But don't get demo-itis. Like that demo-itis is a real thing in the music industry because
which is what exactly?
It's like you got that demo on your phone for years, and you don't ever release it. You don't ever get it mixed or anything. You just continue to listen to the demo. Like, well, like I have these songs in my files, but they ain't doing no good.
Right.
On my phone.
On your phone. and yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. It's expensive to release songs, what I'm learning. Like to actually get in the studio, like cut a song, it's pricey.
Man, like see, I don't know like the numbers part of it, cuz like man, like when I met Street Symphony, like he was a blessing. Like when I met him back in 2020 or 2021. I think it was like right a little bit on the cusp of the end of COVID. But dude, he had produced for Nipsey Hussle. He's won Grammys with Nipsey Hussle on Victory Lap and with Lecrae and stuff like that.
Okay.
Him and some guys from Curb, him and Dirty Rice, the dude I work with. But like, man, because like he had heard me talk, Street heard me talk and stuff, and he said, "Man, we got to get you to Nashville." And I'm like, man, I'm ready. Like, so we like started making trips. Like, he's got really good people in his corner that he's like made connections with, and I've been fortunate for him to like kind of allow me to work with them and stuff like that and be around them, because like they like tell me like, man, anytime I'm like, you want to come, like, and I'm like, that is a blessing, because I know that people are out here like grinding to like, save money just to be able to pay for that to get in the studio and stuff. So I mean, I definitely don't take it for granted, because I know the opportunity that's being given to me and stuff like that. So I mean, it's just nothing but a blessing.
That's awesome. You answered one of my questions in there, but I'm gonna have it so it's on the podcast. So you plan on moving to Nashville? You said when your lease is up in Huntsville?
Yeah, in a year. Yeah, so it'd be like, because like the company that I work with, they have a branch here in Nashville, and they have a branch in Huntsville too. Like that's the only two branches that they have, because they're kind of small. Like it's pest control. And when I want to be able to make that move, like I want to be able to move and still work.
Still stay with the company,
right? Yeah, still like, because like I don't want to miss a paycheck, anything like that.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Moving's
expensive.
No, 100% it is. Because I had looked before, and I was like, man, if I do this like cold turkey, I'm going to be struggling, struggling for a few months, I feel like, just to kind of catch up, like just to breathe a little bit.
Right.
So that's not, I want to go about it like the right way.
Right.
And stuff, even if it, like, because I was going to do it this year, the beginning of like June and May, I was going to do it this year, but then I just kind of like sat back and like, I was like, kind of like reevaluated everything. I was like, okay, if I do this, just do this for a year here. I was like, I'm an hour away from Nashville, an hour and a half away. Like the traffic gets rough, but traffic's rough anywhere.
That's true. Yeah, it really is. Nashville traffic's rough, man. People don't know how to drive, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like it started raining, and it's like literally everyone's knowledge of driving went completely out the window.
Dude, it does. I mean, it blows my mind, because coming from a small town, I mean, not that you learn how to drive in rain, but like you have sense. Like, I mean, you probably know you have small roads, little back roads and stuff. Like you learn how to drive in weather because you don't have a choice. And like they don't have shoulders on the roads and stuff. And then you come into Nashville and you have all this room, and then these people don't know how to do. They don't know how to drive. They don't know how to use a blinker. They think they have the right of way all the time.
And like it's crazy too, because I'm talking about it started pissing rain like on the way like up here. And there's like they have like uneven lanes in some parts on the road. Like once you get into Nashville, like ones like higher, like lower, where they're like working on it, and there's water filling up right there. Those roads flood so much. I've never seen like roads flood like that. There's cars coming by like 70 miles an hour, splashing water and like hitting the vehicle, and I'm seeing people's faces. They're like it was their fault. Like it was that. I'm like, it's raining. Like, what do you mean?
And they're going the speed limit.
I'm
dude.
like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're over here driving 40 and a 70. I'm like, I need you to
get out of the way.
go put your flashers on, sit on the side, wait till it stops.
Dude, and that's another pet. I hate when people put their flashers on, they're still driving. I'm like, get over, dude. Get out of the way.
See there. I'm like, if you can't see that bad, I'm like, you need to go to the house.
Go park under an overpass, dude. Like,
you need an Uber. My gosh. Like, if it's that hard to see, call you an Uber. Like,
seriously. I mean, it is bad. It is bad. So
you hindering my life.
Yeah, exactly. You making me late for things. Yeah, that happened to me. I hate going downtown, man. I hate going into Nashville. Like, I like our area because we're kind of right on the outskirts. Yeah. I hate going downtown. I've had to go downtown twice this past week, and I was like, man, I hate it. Like, it tests my patience so much.
I know when I played during that CMA Fest week, we got down there like, cause like the guy that's gonna end up being my road manager and stuff. His name's Titus, and he came and picked me up at my Airbnb. We were driving down there, and I'm talking about packed full of people, and I got to be there 30 minutes ago. And I'm like, Titus, I got to get out right here.
Yeah, we're about to just go. We're about to just walk it.
He's like,
well,
I'll go find a parking spot, and I just like got out, and I'm just like weaving through traffic, like walking, running, and stuff like that. Sweating already.
That's another thing, man. The humidity here is. I mean, Huntsville's probably exactly the same way. Hour away.
I'm trying to think. Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday. The heat index in Huntsville was like 110.
Dude.
And I'm like, I was out there, like, as soon as I stepped out, walked to someone's door to knock on their door, I'm talking about I was drenched. And I was like, ma'am, I'm sorry. I was like, I probably smell now. I was like, because I just walked from the van here. And I was like, dude, I'm drenched.
It's crazy. It is. It's crazy. That's, you got any, like, crazy pest control stories?
Oh, I do.
I was about to say, I bet you do.
I'm actually going to show you this one off, like, so the camera can't see it.
Yeah.
Because I walked into this house. Where is it at? Mind you, let me give you a backstory. Mind you, this guy's 35 years old.
Oh, no.
Single male. No kids, nothing like that, living in the house with him. Answered the door. And he's got on, like, the Dahmer glasses.
Oh, no.
They got the Dahmer glasses on. And I'm just like, already, I'm like, red flag. I'm like, don't like those glasses. Don't like that lens. And I'm, spraying the house and stuff like that. I get upstairs. There's 6 bedrooms in this house. All of them are empty. Just got tables in them, like fold-up tables in them. I'm like, that's weird. Like the white ones. This room in the back, and I'm like, missed that room. I open the door, it's pitch black in there. Cut the light on. There's baby dolls everywhere.
Oh, dude, no.
Mind you, this is a 35-year-old single male, no kids, no nothing, 6-bedroom house, big, nice house.
You were like, get me out of here.
Oh, I seen that. Just imagine how I felt like when I cut the light on and seen those. I was like, what the? I was like, this is crazy. Like in my head, and I'm like, what made it even weirder, he's in the living room sitting down. There's 3 70-inch screen TVs in his living room, all turned on, all of them muted. And I'm like the silence was so loud.
Dude, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
There was like, that was the only point in my life, like all 27 years had to kind of like flash before me, like when I seen that. Yeah. Because in my mind, 100%, I was like, I kept looking over my shoulder. I was like, I might get like.
You're like, how do I get out of here?
Hey, he's about to skin me. Like, I was like, this dude's about to get me. That's the craziest I've had so far. Yeah.
That's still pretty wild.
No, that's nuts.
I mean, yeah, it is wild. That's like with me in the apartments, I get to go in everybody's apartment, so you see how everybody lives.
That's something that that's something I don't like about like the pest control, because like, which obviously I don't care how someone sees how I live, because I mean like I'm a clean person and stuff like that. Like,
right.
I mean like come in, like, but seeing how like what's crazy going into these houses that are like $1 million homes
and seeing how they look
and seeing like the filth, and I'm like, this is.
Literally pay someone to come clean.
I'm like, I know you got the
like,
bread.
Pay them $100. Like someone will do it for $100.
I know you got that money on, like, so like, get somebody to come clean it. Like, I'm like, I almost want to offer them like, $50, I'll clean this. $50 tip, I'll clean your house for you. Like, just so it doesn't look like this. Like, it's crazy. Like,
yeah.
And like, then you'll get people like in their garage and stuff, because you get a lot of like pest activity, like going through garages, just because like moisture builds up in there and stuff. And like, I'll set like traps and like spray in there, and like they'll be wondering. They're like, well, we don't know how the bugs coming in when their garage windows are broken and stuff like that. Like, I mean, you can literally feel the breeze coming from outside. I'm like, well, they can just come in from that window.
Yeah, right there.
Like,
I don't know what's going on. I got 3 bags of trash outside, and I'm getting roaches. Like, it's nothing's adding up.
Dude, it's ridiculous. I think probably I've dealt with one rude person. Yeah, she was pretty pissy, because the address that I had on my route was the same as another address, the exact same. Like, I think it was like a unit. It was like a 5-in-1 like kind of home and stuff. But it took me to a regular house. This woman, her plants in her on her front porch, one of them was already on the ground, like knocked over, like in a pot and stuff. And I just kind of like walked right by it, rang the doorbell. She came to the door. I said so-and-so's name. I was like, I am here for Mr. So-and-so. She's like, this is the 3rd time somebody's come knocking on my door looking for so-and-so. That some don't live here. And I was like, ma'am, I am sorry. And I took a step back, stepped on her plant.
Oh, no.
And she's like, dude, you're stepping on my damn plant. I'm like, man, this plant was already on the ground. I was like, obviously you didn't care about it before. Like, it's been on the ground. And she like went and picked it up and stuff. She's like, I need y'all to stop coming to my house. I'm like,
no,
it was a mistake.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, dude.
Like,
people are crazy, dude.
And it was like 12 o'clock. I'm like, it is not early enough, like, for you to be this mad. I was like, it's already like later in the day a little bit. And I'm like, why are you so pissy?
Right, like 8 a.m. I get it.
No,
8 a.m. Sure.
That's why I'm always so like on guard, like going up to someone's house at like 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, super
because
early.
I know that they're like probably just waking up or like kind of
still
in a
asleep,
rush,
yeah,
or asleep. And I'm just like, my finger just hovering over that doorbell. I'm like, oh, gosh.
Yeah, how's this gonna go?
I'm like, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, man. I bet that's well. I can almost relate to it in a different way, but yeah, for sure, dude. It can be nerve wracking, man. That's wild. I'm gonna jump into a would you rather question.
All right.
Oh, let's see. Would you rather have super speed, but it's always backwards, or be able to teleport, but it's random and you have no say in where?
Oh man, I probably have to teleport.
Teleport?
Yeah.
You can go wherever. Well, you don't know where it's at.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. Right.
Right.
Just teleport at random times.
Yeah.
Or like I can teleport when I want.
When you want.
When I want.
You just don't know where you're going. You may end up on Myrtle Beach, and you may end up like cartel in Mexico. Like, but you can get yourself out of there.
Wrong situation. I can just snap right back. And
yeah, you just don't know where you're going.
Oh my!
Like, you might go somewhere else. You may end up in Alaska, man.
So I mean, like, regardless, like, I'm gonna have to like probably drive back to get back home.
Yeah.
Like, there's a good chance that I don't snap back home.
Right. There's a good chance of that.
I'm definitely not running backwards.
Dude,
I don't want super speed.
Yeah, but backwards.
I don't want super speed backwards. That's just
Can't
weird.
See where you're going.
I mean, I
could like glasses with mirrors on them.
I can imagine I'd probably be like the most like unorthodox like NFL player ever. Like, I could be like, just hand me the ball.
Yeah, and I'll just
turn around, like make sure there's an open gap right there. I'm just gonna turn around, just
you're like the Flash, but you gotta run backwards.
People be like, cause like someone that like makes me think of like someone said if you took Kyrie Irving and dropped him back in like the 70s and playing basketball, they said they'd probably think he was a witch, like the way he handled the basketball. And I feel like that's probably how it'd be. Like they'd be like,
What is this? What is this?
No, for sure, I'm teleporting. I mean, like,
yeah, you just don't know where you're going, and the problem is, man, you go end up somewhere you don't know where you're at. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could end up in like a grassy field, but you don't even know if you're in the country. Like, you don't know.
No, yeah, see that, yeah.
You end up in like Finland or something.
I would hate to like
You pull out your phone, Google Map yourself. Where am I at?
Check my location and stuff.
See where you're at.
I think like
You'd have more stories, I'll tell you that.
no, you'd have a lot of stories. Just thinking about like if you was like to like snap and like just snapping, you just like end up in like you're just in prison one day. And I'm just like, you just tell someone like, I mean, like, I just went to prison the other day. You know, I was at Alcatraz for a few minutes.
You snapped a photo to prove it.
That would be. Oh, my Instagram would be off the chain.
Oh, dude, it would be. Hey, you end up in Alcatraz, you sing a song real quick, you record it, you're like, out.
They'd be like, no way, like this dude is like going all these places. No, yeah, I probably wouldn't even work anymore either.
Yeah, you just do that. It'd be cool. That's wild. Yeah, I think I'd have to do that too. I don't know that I'd want to run backwards. Not that you'd have to. You can still go forward. You just can't.
But you ain't got no super speed
going
forward.
You ain't got no super speed.
You tell someone like, well, let me turn around. I
Yeah.
bet I whoop that ass.
Let me race you real quick. You turn around backwards. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, that shit. Ow. Lord.
That's good. That's good. Let's see. Oh, so you live? Do you live like, or when you grew up, would you like consider it the sticks?
Yeah.
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 Like live in the sticks. You go hunt? You hunt or anything like that?
I've been hunting once.
Yeah.
I've been hunting once and I'm 1 for 1. Killed a 6 point.
Yeah. Did you like it? Like, would you do it again?
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. It's really not like. I was like younger and stuff, like growing up, like through high school. I was real like me and my buddies, like we would go fishing. Like I haven't been fishing in a long time, but and like fishing, like I would still like go fishing just because I find like more like solace being on the water.
Yeah, there's peace being out there.
But like, man, hunting is I just don't.
Was it rifle or bow?
It was rifle.
Yeah.
I just don't. I do not enjoy hunting. Like I enjoy killing. I enjoyed like shooting like my first deer and stuff like that. And like I mean, obviously, like you take the blood, you war paint yourself up, like. But no, I mean, obviously, like deer meat's good eating, but just don't find
there's
it
a
fun.
patience that comes with it. You got to wake up early.
Yeah,
there's a lot. It's expensive too.
No, it's like and like some of my buddies, like I do want to go duck hunting. A lot of my buddies, like they go duck hunting. They go to Arkansas and stuff like every year and stuff like that. Like I do want to do that because I feel like I like find some joy in that. And
cold, it's real cold.
No, yeah. See, I mean,
I haven't been
because
I haven't been, but I love the cold. And my wife's from Arkansas, so like her family, her brother, big into duck hunting.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, whenever you're ready, let me know. And I'm like, I'm not ready to put waders on and get out at 4:30 in the morning. Like I'm just gonna stay up because.
No, I'm not going to sleep,
dude.
Because I won't wake up.
Yeah, exactly. And when I do, I'm gonna be crabby.
Yeah, yeah.
And I do want to duck hunt. I've dove hunted, and that's all right.
No, yeah.
Dove hunting's like, get your friends together, have some beers, but don't have beers while you're shooting guns. You know? And you go out there and shoot birds out of the sky. But yeah, deer hunting's a whole new thing. I hadn't been in like 5 or 6 years, and I went this past year. Dude, we have a ton of land in Missouri, and we had like 12 people. One guy saw a deer. I'm like, there's so many on the trail cams, and then we go out there. I didn't even see a deer.
And that's usually how it works.
I hate it, dude.
That's usually how it works.
See, and then we used to hunt in Kentucky. We had a lease over there, and in Kentucky, you go out there and like they have an overabundance of deer. So when you see one, you'll see 3.
Yeah,
and like you can kill 3. It's just right there.
Yeah,
but yeah, I didn't know how the deer hunting was in Alabama.
No, yeah, I mean there's a lot of people in Alabama. Like Alabama is just like. They just don't care, man. Like they spot like spot like year round, like 24/7, 365. Like it's always rifle season for like
that's crazy.
Residents in Alabama.
Dude,
and stuff.
that's
like,
crazy.
Dude, I mean it's no holds barred in Alabama. Like
Alabama's just like its own separate.
Dude,
like
it's different.
it is different.
It's different. Like I mean, like anybody that does like that comes to Alabama, like people like enjoy Alabama because I mean. Man, Alabama's like Southern hospitality. I feel like also too is just different. Like, it's more rooted like to Alabama. Like I've been to Mississippi and like been in Mississippi, talk to people and stuff like the South, like Southern like parts of like Georgia and stuff like that. Like, dude, Alabama's. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about like the state of Alabama that like has been like stapled for the whole like United States and stuff like that. But like Alabama's like one of like the top. Like places.
It's wild. That's why I like Alabama for Gulf Shores. Gulf Shores is like we had to pick an ocean, that's like where we're going. Gulf Shores. Yeah.
Well, see, I had met so many people over the years in Panama City that are from California, that are from New York, that have traveled for vacation. And I'm like, I know y'all got beaches there, and they're like but Panama City, like everyone knows about Panama. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's
I'm
wild.
Like, why?
Yeah, that's where we went to. I've been to Panama City. I've been to Destin, but like Gulf Shores, I think I've been to Gulf Shores like 10 times. It's crazy. Went to Hangout Fest once over there.
Yeah.
It's a fun time. That's about the only experience I have driving through Alabama. I don't like tolls. There's tolls in Alabama. Don't like that. But that's about the only thing. You got a Buc-ee's over there?
Yeah. Actually, got one in Huntsville. Got one in Birmingham. I think there's about 3 or 4.
There's a few.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's where I got this hat from.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I haven't been to a Buc-ee's yet.
Dude, Buc-ee's like the last time I went to Buc-ee's, like I bought this hat, like I probably spent $100 in Buc-ee's. Like
just like that too.
Dude, it's dangerous going in there. Like
yep.
especially when you got folding money in your wallet, like no.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I had a buddy that just went and he told me, he's like, I found this gas pump. He's like, you can put whiskey in it and you can pump it out of the pump into glasses, but you can feel that it's like a mini gas pump.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I need that. I was like, I need that.
Gotta have that.
Gotta have that. So I gotta make a trip to Buc-ee's just to have that. They're just
they got one at Buc-ee's?
Yeah, it's a Buc-ee's. Like, it's like one of the old style. It looks like I don't know if it looks like a gumball machine, but you know the ones where like it would like the gumball roll around. I feel like it looks like that. It's clear on the inside, so you can fill it up and you can see the whiskey, and then you just pump it out with a little gas pump.
Actually,
but it's like this big.
I get my soap and stuff from Buc-ee's. Like, yeah, dude, they got some of the best like off the wall stuff. Like, I don't know, it's just like it's almost like you're walking into like a flea market because like they have like these like different brands of stuff like down these aisles, and I don't know what brand it is, but it looks like the bar of soap looks like a bark of tree, like a tree bark. Like
that's weird.
And dude, but it smells
fantastic.
So good. So it's fantastic.
I feel like nothing in Buc-ee's is bad. Like I mean, everything there is just phenomenal.
Their
like, where did you find it?
Their pulled pork sandwich.
I hear a lot of stuff about that, man. I hear a lot.
Man, let me tell you, like
that's wild.
I would go every day. I would go every day if it wasn't so expensive.
How far is it from where you're at?
It's the closest one to me is probably about 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, yeah.
There's some around here, but I think they're like a little like an hour, 45 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, they always have them in those like they have them in like the weird locations. Obviously, like to where like you're off an exit and stuff like that.
Well, and it's huge, so you gotta have some land.
Well, they know like when people are traveling and stuff, like you stop in a Buc-ee's, you can get everything you need when you're traveling,
dude.
Like,
and everything you don't. Like you don't even need to pack for a trip if there's a Buc-ee's on the way. You just get everything you need there.
Jeez, yeah, like it's. I know the first time I went in one, I was like overwhelmed because I was like, this gas station, though, because the one close to me is probably about as big as the Walmart that's like close to me.
That's
like,
wild.
Like it's just as big.
You go grocery shopping there.
It's got to be just as big. It's insane.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, a gas station being this big.
Are the gas pumps like always crazy too? You gotta
yes,
like wait.
Always.
It's
like every time you go, they're full, and I'm like.
The gas is the same. it is the same anywhere you go.
But my God, like I gotta have it at Buc-ee's.
Gotta have that Buc-ee's, dude. Gotta have that Buc-ee's gas. That's funny. That's crazy. So you working on releasing? You plan on releasing any new music like this year?
That's the plan. Yeah, that's the goal. It's a time frame is kind of, I guess, unsaid. Yeah. You know, unstapled, and but I got like. I think I've got 4 or 5 new demos that I've done this year and stuff, so that I'm really excited about it. There's one minute like in particular that I'm really excited about that came from my guy Jeremiah. So I work like Jeremiah and Street. They own the studio in Atlanta. It's called Atlanta Sound Factory, and that's where like I work with them like all the time. Like those are like those through and through. Like those are my guys. Like. Yeah. Like I love like being able to record in Nashville and stuff like that, but I will travel to Atlanta like 10 times, like 10 days out of 10 days, like to like work with them. Jeremiah had worked with, I think he had like wrote stuff for like Taylor Swift.
Really?
And stuff like those guys have like.
I mean, that's crazy.
Like,
I mean,
me getting like put in in the same space with them, like it's insane. And they just kind of like pour into me. Like I'm like.
That's awesome.
I'm like, this is nuts.
So when you go in there, you got like ideas already flowing on what you want to.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, and like that's what I love like writing sessions too. A lot of people don't like writing sessions and think they're like kind of like, like watered down, but I enjoy writing sessions because what I may have, like I may have just like written some kind of verse or something and just kind of have an idea. Like seeing other people be able to take like from that and like grow like so easily. Like that's why I like writing sessions with people. But no, like it's majority of the time I usually go in there pretty prepared and stuff. And like sometimes they'll send me stuff that they had that was written, you know, someone demoed and they just want me to come in and sing it, like to see what I sound like on it and stuff. So I've done a few of those too, but it's
kind of cool.
Like the writing portion of it is like being like, cause like I gotta have the lights off, like, and like cause we had like the LED lights and stuff in the studio. So I like the lights being off and I like the lights turned on blue. Like,
okay.
I'm very particular about it.
Yeah. You do. I saw like a lot of your TikToks. The lighting is like dark whenever you're recording and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just
something about that.
It's a sense of like the quiet, I guess. Like, I mean, just with the instrumental playing and stuff like and like you would think, like I know some like normal people who don't like make music would sit in there, because I've been in studio sessions for like the longest studio session I've ever been in was like almost 12 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was like back in like 2019 or 2020, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was like kind of when I was still like fresh starting. But no, dude, I can sit in the studio all day and I can play that loop that I'm writing to. I can play it back for hours and not get tired of it. Like
really?
It's the weirdest thing because of sense, like I know that I'm working.
Yeah. But
to me it's not work. Like because I'm just so excited when I get the next line, like when I hit this, like when I figure out the line that I really want, and then I'm like get excited about it. I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the next one. Like what, you know, what can go with this? Like what's the story going? Like because it's all storytelling. Yeah, is like to me
fun.
No, it's fun, dude. It's fun.
Yeah, and I feel like you have to have fun doing it, or you just
you
wouldn't do it.
It'll burn you out quick. And there was a point in time where I was like on my way to getting burnt out, just because. Man, I was going like every weekend. I was in these rooms with all these people, like all these like record labels and stuff like that. Like, and it's just like nothing was like going through, like nothing. There was no follow ups or anything like that. And I'm just like, you know, getting discouraged and stuff is like in the music industry, it's very easy and stuff like that. And then people telling you like, well, this will never work, that'll never work, this sound will never work and stuff. And you're just like, man, like, you know, that's not what I'm trying to hear.
Right.
You know,
well, exactly. Yeah.
But like with like Street and them, like, cause Street, I'll record something and I love it so much because he'll be quick to tell me like, man, that like, he's like, that one ain't it. And I'm like, all right, so we move to the next one. Like, right. So that's, I love like the correction on it, because I don't want to be out here looking stupid.
It's like, good, like honest feedback.
No, absolutely. Honest feedback and stuff. And like,
but also being positive about it. I mean,
for sure.
Yeah. Being negative about it. You can't wear your
heart on your sleeve in the music industry either.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of people out there doing it. I mean, it's competitive for sure.
If someone says like, if someone like tells you like, that ain't it, like, man, that ain't it. Don't go cry and just like,
yeah, dude.
Don't just go cry and stop doing what you're doing. Like, you know, do something else.
There's 150 others of that person. Don't worry about it, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But see, like, yeah, I don't, because man, I see it all the time, and I'm not gonna like name drop people and stuff, but like I see it all the time on social media. People like they looking dumb, and I'm just like,
somebody should have told you.
I'm like, you got the wrong people like gassing you up, like, and it's.
They shouldn't tell you that every song is great.
And like the world's laughing at you. Like,
yeah. When everybody else is like, yeah, they shouldn't have posted that.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm the first one, like, man, I'll break my legs going to the comments on some videos. I'm just like, I'm crawling to the comments, like, because I'm just like, I know that they are grilling this person.
Have you gotten some hate comments on any of your stuff?
I think Not really, like hate comments and stuff. Like there is a bunch. When I did the David Allen Coe cover on TikTok, because like my first one got like, the first time I did it got like 500,000 views, and
that's where you start seeing some of the people come out of the
Oh, they're up under the plywood, just have a hole in the backyard, and they coming out like bring the wife and kids. Like, look at this. Like, but no, dude, it's like the majority, like the age, like of person was like, I was looking at because I look at everybody's profile. Like if they were liking it, I would go through and I would reply to literally everyone like that comment on my video just because I'm that person. Right. And but probably about 55 years old plus.
Really?
Like old people.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah, and they're like this man, like a lot of people was giving me like, they're like he sounds like old school Hank and stuff like that. Like I was getting like a lot of like comparisons to like artists and stuff, and like he's got that. But majority of them was people telling me that like he's, you know, he knows his roots, like he knows like who he is and stuff. Like his sound is sounds very authentic and stuff. Which that's like the biggest thing to me is like I never want like someone to think like what I'm like doing, like what I'm singing and stuff is like a gimmick or like me like playing a character or anything, just because it's like not. Even though like I could see on the outside looking in how it could look like that and stuff for sure, but I mean I wish I could. Sometimes though, I mean I wish I could turn like the accent off, but I can't.
I don't think you should. I think you did a cover. I think the one that kind of caught me was it The Fray? What is that song?
You Found Me?
Yeah. You just recently did one, right?
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, that one. I like that one. I was looking at the engagement on that one literally like last night, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And like that was one that didn't just blow up on TikTok, but I'm like, but it should. But I'm a sucker for that song. Like anybody that covers that song, I'm like, yep, I got to hear it.
Yeah.
I like that song. But I think that plays a lot into it too.
No, for sure.
What about like when they're comparing you to like Hank or any of them like old, do you ever get tired of hearing like it's a compliment to be compared to them, but then also if you just keep constantly getting it, do you like? Are you okay? Like, you know what I'm? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, like in a sense, like I don't really get tired of it and stuff. Like, cause I mean, like just because like I listen to a lot of Hank Williams and stuff like that. Like I really don't get too much tired of it. Like I'm just glad in a sense that I don't get like called like we don't like, you know, this is just the same old.
Oh yeah.
Same old type of music like everyone else plays nowadays, like everyone else does nowadays. I'm just like, which like my songs that I make, like got a little bit more pop vibe to it and stuff. But
I kind of feel like that's where country music's going, though.
No, yeah, but like even when I was on Timbaland's live, even like people hearing it and stuff, they're like, you can still hear his authentic like country like voice, like in his twang and stuff. Like they're like you can like, even though it's like pop vibe, they're like you can still very much tell.
Yeah, that's good.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean,
and I'm like fortunate for that, and like, but no, Street tells me, he's like, man, he's like, I wouldn't shut up if I was you. Like, he's like, I would keep talking. He's like, you need to run with it.
Yeah. Do you do TikTok live? Do you do lives?
Sometimes, but like, I don't know. It's just
lives are like a whole nother realm, dude.
They are.
They're a whole nother. I see people, a lot of like music artists, they do the thing where they have there's like a list of people, you know, and they hit so many likes and they'll do song requests. I see a lot of those, and I'm sure those are probably like lucrative and stuff.
No, yeah. I usually what I usually do, I usually like scroll through TikTok live because I follow a lot of people that do like talent shows on like live, and or like some people just be like asking like if you have like, you know, if you can sing or something, like join my live and stuff like that, and I'll just join people's live, like won't even show my face, just sing and stuff, and like there's be like, because it's like you ever seen like those videos of like people going on Omegle
and they're singing,
like, playing and stuff like that, and like they're like reactions. That's like what it is. Like I won't even show my face or anything. I'll start singing and they're like, oh my god.
those are cool. I like watching those.
Oh
videos.
no, they're sick. But now it's just, man, the time consumption of like doing things like that and editing, like editing videos and stuff. Yep. Because man, I wake up probably about 5:30. Like during the week, I wake up probably about 5:30 and stuff. And usually I'll go run. Like now, like, cause I've gotten really big, like back into the gym. Yep. And as soon as I get done with that, like I shower at Planet Fitness, go to work. Usually get done with work probably about 4:30 or 5. I go to the gym again, lift, get home about 7, rap for about an hour, and by that time it's 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Right.
Now I've got to eat. I've got to eat something. It's like that, and
It's a long day. I was gonna say it's a long day,
Yeah.
man. It makes a long, especially you doing that 5 days a week, and then on weekends. And you said every other weekend you come to Nashville, just about.
Yeah, just about every other weekend. Yeah, and
That's a lot.
Man,
It's a lot. It'll be obviously probably easier once you move here.
no, for sure, for
but
sure.
then you got to definitely make sure you don't get burnt out.
No,
because you're here.
Well, like I say, like saying that, like, man, there is. I played basketball for a long time. I played 2 years, like, of college basketball too.
Okay.
So like I'd played like all that stuff. Always got an adrenaline rush from it. Like, you know, I was always like nervous for a game, like every game.
Yeah.
There's nothing like being on the stage playing music in front of people, even if there's like 10 people there. Like my first time playing in front of people was that CMA Fest. That was my first time playing guitar. I've been playing guitar for about a year, close to it.
And you just get nervous.
I felt I had a lump in my throat like when I was up there, because I'm like, first off, I'm like, my first ever like me playing live is on Broadway, and I'm like, and there's
it's
tons of
CMA
people.
Fest.
Yeah, I'm like, this is not real right now. I'm like, this is crazy. And like, dude, that lump, like the nerves that I get and like the adrenaline rush is like no other. Like,
Yeah.
dude,
Dude, that's wild.
and I'm an adrenaline junkie. Like when it comes to stuff like that, like fun stuff, like doing things like that.
Is it once you start playing, it kind of settles down?
It does a little bit, like after like the first 2 songs, and then like I start like
Settling in.
interacting and like getting in.
Yeah.
With it. Like when I start playing like some like cause I play one of my favorite ones that I play on my set is Jake Worthington's song "It Ain't the Whiskey," and then I'm talking about like I leave that like kind of in the middle, and I really dig into that one.
Yeah.
Like,
I was gonna ask you like your favorite cover. So
I say it's probably my favorite one to play live, just because it's so fun, and like everyone like can like really hear like how country, like my voice, like that, you can hear that accent really heavily in it, because like I do kind of overemphasize it a little bit in that. But I think my favorite cover to do is probably "Dirt Turns to Gold" by Zach Top.
really,
That's
Okay.
probably my favorite one to do live.
Okay.
Or just in general too. Like I'll just sit around and play that one, like,
Yeah.
just because I love it so much.
I mean, are you playing like downtown? You playing any, like whenever you come on the weekends? You play in any of the bars or anything?
The last time I played was back in March. Yeah, back in March. I was down in Louisiana working, and I literally left the job site at like 12, drove all the way up to Nashville from Louisiana for a songwriter round at
Really?
the local. I think
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
But that's the last time I've played. Majority of the time is like usually coming to do like demos and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that's why like, excuse me. That's why I don't feel like I'll get like burnt out, because I love doing the live sets so much. Like,
Yeah.
just even like the little small ones, like, man, they're so much fun, and like just people like requesting like songs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
the
just, like,
interaction.
yeah, dude, it's just I just like being on the scene. Like I
Yeah.
love being like in the mix of everything.
Yeah.
And like I don't get tired of it. Like
Do you play any like bars or anything in Huntsville?
I'm about to start
Yeah.
because I've talked to some people, and I had to go to a couple of open mics and stuff, because I'd reached out to like owners and like managers and stuff, and wouldn't hit me back. But I'd showed up to like open mics and stuff, and they're like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "I reached out to you a month ago and you didn't hit me back, but I'm Jacob."
And if you'd have me,
Yeah. So I mean, like some of those are getting set up, but
that's cool.
Florence, Alabama is where I play most of my stuff now, and I'm playing at the Handy Fest in July. But see, like I've already last year I played 2 shows all year. I done that one at CMA, and I did the Muscle Shoals Songwriter Festival down in the Tuscumbia area in Alabama. Those are the only 2 I've done, and this year I've already like 10x. Like I've already done like 20 this year.
That's awesome.
So I'm like, even that, like, you know, even though it's 20, like could be more, but it's still a big
It's
step.
more than it was last year.
Absolutely, like
Yeah, you can only go up.
That's exactly.
At least you hope. So
exactly, and like that's what, to me, that's why that also keeps me going. Like if I can always see some progress, like see the little,
Right.
even if it's like the slightest bit, because I mean, I'll just pick at the guitar. Like I'd be like on my lunch breaks, like at work and stuff, like sometimes I'd be rolling to like the nearest Guitar Center and just playing. Just
Really?
going, I just go to play. Like just
Yeah.
because like my hands, like I'll just be sitting there. I'm just like, just need a guitar. in my
Need a
hand.
guitar. Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
go pick one like for like 15, 20 minutes. But like things like that, like even if it was just the slightest bit, 20 minutes, like that's
Right.
what it gets me better. And like it showed because like when I start playing live sets, like I'm not as nervous anymore and stuff. And like now I'm really like cutting through it.
Yeah. Where it'll just start coming natural.
Mm.
Yeah, that's cool. I always think in my head, I'm like, man, when I see artists up on stage, I'm like, what if they mess up their own song? Like I've talked to other artists about it, and they're like, yeah, it happens a lot more than you think.
Oh, I've done it.
And they're like, yeah, you'll like play the wrong chord or something. And I'm like, yeah, but most of the people in the crowd probably don't catch it,
No.
you know? Or
Yeah.
even if you say the wrong line. I was at a Justin Moore concert in like 2012, a long time ago. And he said the wrong line, then announced it and was like, I'm going to restart the song. I messed that up. And I'm like, the whole crowd was going nuts. Like no one could tell.
No, yeah.
No one knew that you messed that up. I mean, maybe a few people did.
And it's like I don't know, dude. It's like a thing like in my mind where anytime I am up there, I'm just like, if I mess a song up, everyone's gonna hear it, everyone's gonna know it. If I mess a chord up, everyone's gonna hear it. But like my buddy that I play with in Florence, his name's Jax Greenhill. Me and him usually like we'll like duo on like a set and stuff. Like if it's like 3 or 4 hours, just like to cut some of the time up.
Right.
But he like told me he's like a non-guitar player ain't gonna know the difference. He's like most of the people that come in here probably don't play.
Right.
And stuff like that. He's like they just come in here live music. And he's like, in which I mean a lot of them.
It's very true.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I mean like I'd messed one up and I'm just like.
You're nervous.
And
You're sitting there and you're nervous,
I
right?
lean back. I'm like, like I'm getting into it. If I mess up a chord, I'm like,
Yeah, that would be me. I'm the one that like if I hear someone mess it up, like, nope, I didn't hear anything. It's just sounded normal to me. Yeah, that's funny. That's crazy though. I mean, I think it happens to everyone though. There you go. Get you a little.
that dude, I'm telling you,
That
that
stuff's rough. It's rough. Let's do another. Would you rather?
still rough.
Oh, this one's dumb too, but I like it. Would you rather have legs as long as your fingers, or fingers as long as your legs?
That's awful.
That is awful. You're gonna have your legs.
Man, I mean, that's just like.
That's horrible.
There's no good answer for it, really. I mean, I'd probably have to go like fingers, as long as my legs. Honestly,
Can you imagine playing a guitar like that?
I mean, there's no shot.
There's no shot. Dude.
At that point, I'm just the lead singer. Like,
People are there for a show and for you to sing.
but like, I mean, you couldn't like.
You couldn't do anything. Your legs, dude. These are legs right here. That'd be nuts.
But I mean, imagine like if these are
Yeah, your legs.
your legs.
Dude,
I mean, you're not mobile, like really.
Oh no.
Like you're gonna have to be at least like carried, or like you're gonna have like some kind of
You're doing.
scooter like to ride around on. Like
You still play guitar though.
Yeah, that's very true.
You said the mic would have to be real low.
I
That'd
mean,
be
but you're gonna have
wild.
to get like they're gonna have to wheelchair you on the stage and stuff like that. Like I'm not out there trying to look like I don't know if you know who Dave Blunts is.
I don't.
Well, he's a rapper and this dude's like 600 pounds. They bring an oxygen tank, like he like has an oxygen tank hooked up to him, like he's so big, and like a couch in the middle of the stage that he sits on.
That's wild.
Dude, like
That's wild. I'm gonna have to look that up now.
no, he's double wide, like large, like. Like there's no disrespect, like, but like I'm just saying, I'm like that's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
that is crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be wheeled out there. Yeah, it's a tough one. That was a really dumb would you rather, but I like it because it's ridiculous. Oh, let's see. Let's see.
well, it's
So-
hard to drink.
Yeah, dude, it is. What are your 2025 goals apart from like obviously releasing new music potentially? You got any other growth goals other than obviously moving to Nashville? Is that a 2025 goal or is that like a start of 2026?
That's gonna be a start of 26.
Yeah.
Super quick into 26. But Man, I would say like so far, like my goal is just probably just like to keep progressing on the way I'm heading. Just because, like I said, like I'd recently like I've been in the gym now for 2 weeks and stuff I've entered myself into like a very strict like routine and stuff just to kind of like get health right. Just for some reason, like in my body too, like when I started going to the gym, started doing all this other stuff, like there was something like in my head. I'm just like you need to be fully prepared for like when like it does go, like because like man, like I'm anytime that I'm playing music like live, like I'm through and through like an entertainer, like I'm gonna entertain like always, and so like I want my body to be right, like I want my mind to be right, like so like I just been. Man, I'm in bed by a certain time and stuff like that. Like it's like clockwork. Like every day and like on the weekends I've been doing like a lot better job of going and like getting on the scene and stuff like that. I'll go to these, like I said, I go to these open mics and stuff like that. I'll go to anytime I'll network with some of the people that are playing live music. I'll go support them, see them and stuff like that. Like because I feel like that's just good for like people's like morale and stuff. Like you like to see, like you're talking to somebody, you like to see them show up. Like they say like they're going to be there. Like you like to see them show up. Like it's just a good feeling, things like that.
It's good making connections that way too.
No, but yeah, for sure. But I just feel like the path that I'm on with how I've kind of like changed things and started to grow like mentally, physically, and just like all around. Like I feel like I'm just want to see more of that.
Right. Just keep that progressing.
No, for sure.
Keep that going. Sure. Yeah, that's good. And it'll probably come in handy too for that move.
Yeah.
You know,
and I do by the end of the year, by the end of December, I want to have at least played like 50 shows this year, which that's doable.
Very doable. Very doable. So, your songs that you want to release, are you planning on doing like singles or like an EP?
Probably singles. Just for the fact of promotion part of it. Like promoting it and stuff. I feel like with how I am, only have one song out and stuff. I feel like it's necessary that when I put singles out, I need time in between each single to push and stuff. But
that makes sense.
But like I feel like an EP would be, which I mean it would be nice, but I feel like it'd be too much, and you probably wouldn't see the growth that you could see like from a single. Yeah, for sure. Because I mean like. Also, too, if I was to put my next single out and it goes crazy, and then I drop an album or an EP, I just put that song on the EP, and as soon as they put that song on their EP, the one that's blown up, it automatically like adds the numbers to that EP and stuff. So like, it's like it's weird.
That is weird, but I didn't know that.
No, yeah.
I always wondered why that happened.
But see, how like Morgan or something like with his album and stuff.
Which unreal.
Dropped I'm the Problem as a single.
And then added it.
As soon as his album came out, I'm the Problem was like number one song, like on country, like top 100 or something like that. But as soon as the album come out, his album went to number one and stuff. I mean, it stuck it at number one because that song was number one. So it had it's weird.
That's crazy.
It's weird how they do that because they'll unload them one at a time because I know he dropped I'm a Little Crazy. All these that were on his album, they dropped his singles first and stuff, but they just kind of unfaded them on his album so you could go to it, but they dropped his singles and then those numbers just add straight up to it, and I'm just like, it's a loophole.
Smart, yeah, smart,
yeah.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
No, yeah, it's crazy. It's weird. Like I learn more and more every day about things of how things work in the music industry. So I mean, it's sick.
Yeah, me too, because I know nothing about it, and I learn it from people like you being in the chair. So, because I know nothing about it. You said you played basketball in was it college? Mm-hmm. Where'd you go to college?
UNA, University of North Alabama.
Okay, that's where you played ball then. Both 2 years?
Yeah, just 2 years. It was a 4-year, and I ended up leaving and stuff. And I was like, man, I'm going to work. I was like, I'm cool. Yeah.
When did you decide you actually were gonna pursue music?
Think about. At the end of 2017, 2018, around there.
So that would have been probably a little after you graduated high school?
After I graduated high school a little bit. I was I know it was like in the freshman year of college when I kind of started dabbling a little bit, and me and my buddies, we would go to my friend's house, and we went to McDonald's, got the cup holsters and stuff, like the little brown ones, and like we like stapled them to like soundproof the closet and everything like that. Yeah, it was working off GarageBand and all that stuff. Like,
wow.
We had like it was like probably like a $10 or $15 microphone, maybe off eBay or something. But
there you go.
I mean, I was making SoundCloud music and stuff, and I mean, I was just having fun, like with them doing it. And then one day they told me, they just looked at me, and they were the ones that like sparked it. Like, I mean, they're like, you might want to take this serious. They're like,
yeah,
like you're good. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I was like, I don't want to be walking around like town. People are like, oh, there's that SoundCloud artist.
There's that
and
SoundCloud artist, yeah.
But like people now ask me when I tell them I make music, and they're like, oh, you make music? You put music on SoundCloud? I'm like, no.
SoundCloud, what's that?
No disrespect to SoundCloud at all, because I found some like really like good like underground like artists and stuff on SoundCloud, which I mean I still have SoundCloud, but no,
it's a different realm once you start dabbling in Apple Music and Spotify and that kind of world.
I mean, but it's more professional and stuff, and
Right.
it's just more, it's well put together. I just feel like it's more accessible. Like
Right.
SoundCloud kind of hard to find somebody on there.
It is. It is.
Because you got a lot of like parody songs. Like you type in a song, like a lot of remix.
You don't know what you're
gonna
get. Yeah.
I'm like, that's not what I was trying to find.
So you didn't sing any or anything in high school?
In the shower.
Yeah. So did you know you could sing?
Not really.
No.
Not really. See, like I tell people all the time, because people ask me like how I started singing, and that's in my grandparents' house. We didn't have like, me and my siblings, we didn't have like phones or anything like growing up, like what my sister did, because she was older than us. But we had our computer sitting at the end of the kitchen hallway, and we would get like an hour of internet time like a day and stuff. Like majority of the time we'd be playing outside, but we'd get like later at night we'd get like an hour, it'd be on the computer, and I would sit there and watch Justin Bieber videos, and I would sing Justin Bieber videos, like songs and stuff like that. That's where that's like where like a lot of my stuff, like my tone, like my sound on my like pop songs, kind of influenced by
from that.
Yeah.
As it should be too. I want to note that he was playing outside, and that's how it should be for kids. They shouldn't be having phones at 8 years old. So.
I was eating dirt.
Eating dirt, throwing rocks, like the fun stuff. We had fun as kids.
Our basketball goal was on. My grandpa had took a piece of plywood and slapped it on a light pole. That some gun was probably 13 foot in the air. Like it wasn't 10 foot. It was. I'm telling you, it was high off the ground. And I mean, like he'd put a rim and net on it. And I mean, like basketball court was a gravel. I mean, gravel road and stuff like that. And we'd be out there.
Teach you how to handle basketball real quick.
Yeah, but like it was bad too, because you could shoot it off that part of the backboard where like the corner of it where you could like hit glass a shot. You'd hit it off that backboard, and it would just like the ball would just go dead, and just fall straight down, because that plywood was so flimsy up there.
Uh-huh.
So you was having a nothing but net everything.
That kind of mess up your shot too, being 13 feet high. You go into a regular goal and you start shooting, and you're shooting really high.
Like it's crazy. And
is that still there?
100%.
Is it
there? Yeah.
That's awesome though.
I know. My buddy, one of my childhood best friends, he lived like 5 minutes down the road from me, and he lived with his grandpa too, and they had like this grass field a little bit away from their house, but there was a light pole, just like one light pole out in the field, and like it was weird. There wasn't no power lines on it or nothing, and there was a rim that'd been like nailed to it and stuff, where someone had a basketball goal on it, and he'd went and bought a net and put it on there, no backboard. That's how we in the grass field, and we'd go out there and like we'd be. That's where he learned how to shoot, and let me tell you, he could shoot the skin off of it.
Dude, that's crazy.
He's one of the best shooters I've ever seen.
That is crazy. That's wild. I like those stories though. That's good. I think being outside like that, younger, I just think it teaches you.
Dude. Like,
I think we had a lot more fun than the kids have nowadays.
No, I mean like for sure. Like because I mean, dude, it was so fun because we had trails like all through, like we had like 4-wheeler trails all through the woods behind us and stuff. So like anytime like my buddies like we're like over at the house, we're in the woods like a mile off into the woods.
Right.
Like
you're not all just sitting in a room scrolling TikTok together
all day in the woods, like sweating, like running in the house to get, glass of like, Kool-Aid, like
Capri
lemonade,
Sun.
something like that, like that's just how it was. And I would say one of the worst times, like one of like most like traumatizing moments. That's why I don't like bees and stuff, like wasps and stuff. Down this hill, like close to our house where we lived at, I had a big old afro too. Like I'm talking about, it was big. Ended up, me and my brothers down there off this bluff, and I slide down this spot and hit a like a dirt dauber nest.
Oh no!
They end up flying and swarming,
Into
getting
your
caught
hair?
in my hair, stinging
Ah.
the piss out of my head.
Oh,
Had to
dude.
shave my hair off for it, and like to be able to ice my head and stuff like that. Like it was that bad.
That's traumatizing, dude.
Oh, it was awful.
That's wild. But you know what? You got a cool story out of it.
Yeah, for
You got a
sure.
cool story out of
And then I found out like I wasn't allergic to them, like anything like that. So I mean that was good.
it. Yeah, dude. Could have been real bad real quick.
I mean, it probably could have been like could have been death. Like
Yeah, dude,
there was at
that's-
least 10 stings on my head. Like it was.
Dude, no way. I have like not a traumatizing story with a wasp. I
Mm-hmm.
just was walking up a deck and one stung me on my ankle, and like that was it for me.
Oh, yeah.
Like they all meet death with fire.
Yeah, you take
now.
an oath from that day
Yeah,
forward. You're
yeah.
like all of them will die.
They're all dead. It doesn't even matter. That's funny. If you could feature on someone's song, anyone, like favorite person ever, who would it be? Favorite artist, I guess.
Right now. Man, I mean it's like a tie up right now with like. I always want to do one with Kane Brown,
Yeah.
but in a sense, like my favorite right now would have to be like Tyler Childers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, I get that answer more than anybody else. I think.
Tyler Childers.
Yeah, in like his realm of country, I get that answer more than anybody else.
Dude,
It's
he's
crazy.
He's dude. I think he's like one of like his songwriting, like their songwriting capability, like dude, it's insane.
I get him a lot. I get Cody Johnson a lot.
Yeah.
Zach Bryan, and then like Red Clay Strays.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that genre, I guess, because that's almost like a different genre. I mean, not really Cody Johnson. I mean, Zach Bryan, I guess, fits in that a little bit too. But Tyler Childers and Red Clay Strays, like, I get that kind of vibe a lot.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, definitely Tyler Childers for sure. His song, Way of the Triune God, dude, it's one of them ones, like, you, like, listen to it and you're just like, this song is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I just, like, dude, he uses, I feel like everything's, like, so, like raw, like, with his, like, whether it be his tone, like, the way he, like, sings and stuff, like, his lyrics, like, meaningful lyrics are always going to, like, mean, like, the most to me, like, when it comes to, like, listening to music and stuff, and, like, who, like, my favorite.
Right.
That's why, like, man, I mean, like, I like Zach Top's, like, slower songs and stuff, like, Dirt Turns to Gold, what's the other song? There's the Sun. Dude, that's probably, I think that's one of the best country songs, like, probably, like, country songs, like, ballads, like, written in, like, the last, like, 2 to 5 years, probably. Dude,
Yeah.
that song's, it's incredible.
He's also, I just found this out recently, he's like one of the last guys that was like found on Broadway. Like, he was playing bars on Broadway,
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. Like one of the last guys that like made it up. That,
Absolutely shredding, too.
yeah, I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy to think that you could go downtown and just hear him play.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's, you know how many people get passed up down, like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
people just walking by don't even know who's playing in
Yeah.
the window or who's playing on that stage, and then a year later, and they're like playing headlining.
I
shows,
know
dude.
if I would have ever saw him in a bar on Broadway, I probably would have sat in there all night long.
And just sit and
and
listen?
just listen.
Yeah.
Because he's like for me, dude, here, especially like how he plays guitar, because I mean, him doing that, like him going through like bluegrass, like first, dude's one of the best. Like, I think he's probably one of the best guitar players, like, in this music scene. Like,
Yeah,
dude
probably
is absolutely
100%.
insane. Like, the way he picks the guitar, and that's what makes him. That's what also makes him, like, sets him apart from a lot of artists, because you got a lot of them just doing doing
normal
doing
guitar,
and
yeah.
stuff, you know. And that's some gun up there, like he's making that
Shredding.
guitar talk. You're like, daggone. Like it's crazy. It's
That's crazy.
He's
That is
so
crazy.
good.
Yeah, that's wild. I always like those stories too. Hearing stories about people coming up off Broadway,
Mm.
because you feel like there's always artists downtown, and I think I think some people get stuck in like a rut.
Yeah.
You know, playing downtown every day or every couple days.
Yeah.
Just you can't ever get out of it, and like that is the way to make it up. But you also got to get out
Yeah.
a little bit.
I think I'm not 100% sure. My buddy that plays a lot downtown, Skylar Anderson, he I think he has like his residency at Chiefs maybe.
Oh yeah.
And stuff. But like I genuinely think he's gonna end up being like one of those guys that ends up, because it's almost like the minor leagues. You know, in a sense, like you're just like waiting to get called up.
Right. Right.
And but like I have a feeling like that he's like his time, like
He's on that cusp,
like,
right.
he's on that cusp, dude, because he's just so good live. Like, because like obviously like you want the like music to sound good like on your phone and stuff, but like, man, live, like when you can play live and you still sound good.
If you still sound like you sound on the phone,
That's why Luke Combs,
Dude.
that's why Chris Stapleton's, why like Morgan Wallen's, why they're so good. Like because like
they sound exactly like
dude,
they
they
do on
sound
the phone.
exactly like they do in their songs. Like
Luke Combs for sure.
I heard Luke Combs for the first time at Rock the South, and I was absolutely blown away.
Dude,
I was like,
he is amazing.
I
I've
was
seen
like,
him
what?
twice. I saw him open for Brantley Gilbert for $50, and I was like,
oh yeah,
4 seats from the stage. It was insane. And then we saw him once here in Nashville like 2 years ago, and I'm like, you can't compete with him. He's just a different breed, man. He is such a good singer. And another one, I don't know if you heard of Dermot Kennedy?
Mm-mm.
He is like, he's not country, but he's from Ireland, I think.
Yeah.
Dude.
Wait, is he kind of heavier, that guy?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking someone else.
Dude, his vocals are insane.
Yeah.
I heard him in concert. Like, my wife had me go, and I knew like one song. So I knew the one song.
Yeah.
And I know all of his songs now. It's insane. I just watching his concert, like I felt his concert. Like I don't think I've ever had a concert experience like that until he played, and I was like, this is insane. Like, he is insane. Dude, it's just wild. It's crazy.
I still want to see Chris Stapleton.
He's good. I've seen him live.
I still want to see him. I want to see Post Malone just because I've always been like the biggest Post Malone guy.
Man, I just want him to do one of his old albums. Like, come back and rap for us for a little bit. You know, like go back to your roots.
No, I completely understand that.
I do think it's cool. Like I don't know how he did it. He flipped like a whole 180 and.
That was it. But like I also think too, like with him because there's some people you can like kind of see through social media. You're like, I bet they're a prick, but like you can see like Post Malone, like how genuine of a person that he like
100%.
truly is. Like that's why I feel like, because like there's so many genres that are like, you know, very like haste to like accept people when they try to flip genres. Post Malone, they welcome him with open arms.
Dude, they do.
Like just because, but like he's just such a genuine dude. Like
Jelly Roll.
Jelly
Roll started out the same way.
But like these guys, like they're real. Like they're always authentic. Jelly Roll ain't changing for nobody. Like Jelly Roll's his authentic self 24/7.
24/7. I mean, it's crazy.
Like he's like this. You know what you see is what you get, and like that's But that's people want transparency.
Yeah.
Like people they're gonna clown you all day. Like if they can tell you like see it's fake, like they're not gonna change.
Yep.
The song
100%.
might be good. They might say it's good, but then they're gonna go right back to the saying, well, like still this is still a character.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they fall into that, like, this sounds like his other song that came out. You sound just like this other, it starts sounding repetitive. All your songs start sounding the same. Yeah, I feel like that's a big thing, too.
I was going to say, like, still, like, I do like Shaboozey. But, I think there's some, it becomes, like, the chorus, like, the choir sound, like, becomes a little bit repetitive because it's in every song.
I kind of think that like Morgan Wallen's first couple albums were that way.
Yeah.
Like they kind of sound like all the songs kind of sounded the same. They weren't the same lyrics, but they just had that same sound.
No, for sure.
And this album I think was a little different.
No, this one was definitely mixed.
I liked this.
I thought it was super mixed, and I enjoyed it because like
it's hard to digest 37 songs though.
No,
dude,
it really is. I mean, I guess that's why you got to release some of the singles like he did.
Dude, I mean, who does that?
No.
Who releases a 37 song album?
No, like
him and Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I think, man, dude, he's so good. He's good.
He is good. I mean, he is.
He's ridiculous.
He's a genius. I mean, it's crazy. All right. Last would you rather question.
All right.
It was one that I don't remember. I wanted to give credit. Let me see. Oh, maybe there's two would you rathers. Okay, I'll just ask you this one. This was one that got asked to Theo Vaughn.
Mm.
And I liked it. Would you rather go to jail for a year or go to jail with a Rubik's Cube, but you can't leave until you finish it? You know what I mean? You're going to have to serve a year sentence in full, or you can go for, 2 days if you can solve a Rubik's Cube. I can't solve one, but I feel like if I was there for a couple weeks, I might be able to.
I'm probably definitely just like, I'm probably just gonna go do my year sentence.
Do your year?
Yeah. I'm not, I'm not really one with. I mean, I've held like Rubik's cubes and I've tried, and I'm just trying to like looked at them. I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm real bad. Like I will say, like I think I'm like real bad, like ADHD or anything like that. Like I could like do like 3 things and I just kind of sit it down. And I'm off to do something else.
Yeah, but in prison, you can't just be off to do something else.
Yeah, no, but I might like do it 2 times, get down and do some push-ups. Like, I mean, you know what? I want to work out.
Songwriting, songwriting while you're in there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and I mean, I think, I think that would probably give me time to songwrite.
You come out with like 1,500 songs.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be wild. That's what Theo Vaughn said the same thing. He was like, I'm gonna take the year. And they were like, well, if we gave you a Rubik's Cube, how many days do you think it'd take? He's like, probably like 10 days. And they're like, then why would you take the year? He's like, food, free food, free place to stay. Like,
food.
He's like,
you ain't got to pay no rent or nothing like that.
I'm sure they take care of you in there. Like, I was like, that's a wild answer.
Hey, look, I've seen some of these TikTok lives of these prisoners, and some of them living good up in there.
They got some fancy stuff in there.
They got TV in there. Like obviously they got phones in there. Like,
yeah, I've seen some of those. That's funny. Yeah, I would probably have to take the Rubik's Cube, to be honest. I don't know how to solve one. Haven't solved one before in my life. But I'd figure it out eventually. I would do that every day, just for hours, probably.
Oh, you probably wouldn't hardly sleep.
You're
You'd
right.
be like, I've got to get out of here.
Yeah, I'd be like, look. I think my luck, I'd be stuck in like the worst prison. I'm just like fighting for my life every day.
Yeah.
That'd be awful.
I don't want to, because I'm already, like, if I'm already having to go, I really don't want to go in there and then have to make my mind work either. Like, I'd rather just go.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I'd rather just go and just gonna chill. Just gonna hang out.
You're gonna come out with a whole different look. No one's gonna know who you are.
I'm just gonna fellowship with the locals.
You start getting features by the inmates. Spit some bars on this.
I would definitely like use one of my phone calls like for someone like in the studio to like make how some people like Bobby Shmurda. I know he did a verse on someone's song.
Yeah, through the phone line, right?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'd do a cool country song like that.
Dude, that'd be wild.
That'd be sick.
That would be kind of sick.
They'd be like, hell yeah, he's country.
All right, I'm going to ask you the last would you rather. I wasn't going to, but I will. I'll credit J-Mo and Dylan. I don't know who it is, but they're on TikTok, and they asked this question. You get $100 million, but for 30 seconds, you get dropped into the ocean 1 time a day for 5 years. But after your 30 seconds is up, you spawn back to wherever you were at before that. But it's random, so you don't know.
Or you're like middle of the ocean.
You don't know. You could land like 3 feet from the beach, but you're only there for 30 seconds. So you're in the middle of your sleep, 2:32 in the morning, just middle of the ocean. You gotta survive for 30 seconds, and then you're back in your bed.
Every day?
Every day for 5 years for $100 million.
No, I got to.
You'd do it?
Yeah, I got to.
I would too. You imagine you like just woke up, you walk in the bathroom, like in the middle of a piss, and just, dude.
I mean, you just poop over there, meat in hand. You're just,
and the crazy thing is like there's you don't know which ocean you're gonna be in either. Like you don't know where you're gonna be.
I mean, like if I was to poop in like to the Bermuda Triangle, I mean, like But that's got to be like off limits, like because I feel like there's a chance.
Okay, we'll off limits the Bermuda Triangle. But can you imagine? Like it's like nighttime. It's it's like 2 a.m. and you're in the middle of the ocean. You can't see anything. There's it's just
that
darkness.
Is awful.
It is awful. But it's only it's the longest 30 seconds of your life. I think I'd do it for 5 years though. That's a long time.
I'd be freaking out.
Oh yeah, that's like what? It's like 1,600 days.
I was like, I don't have a problem with water at all.
Yeah, me either. But
like,
I'd immediately throw my feet up and like just float on the top.
Yeah, I know. But like anytime, how we would be on the lake during the summer, and when you can't like see in that water, I don't like water you can't see in.
Oh, okay. So
but I mean, like I was always on the lake and stuff. Right. But when you're riding that inner tube and you get slung off and the boat keeps going and then sees you're
circling back
and
around.
You're just sitting in the middle of the water, you're in your. It's hard not to think something's about to grab me, like something's for sure about to take me under. Like this is it.
Yeah.
And like I'm just like, hurry up, like come and get me.
Come get me.
I need to be back in the boat like now. But I mean, like
so you're gonna do that for 5 years, but you're gonna hate it.
Hate it.
You're gonna hate that 30 seconds.
And I like as soon as like I poop like and like land in the water, like if I'm like off by myself, like I might just immediately like start screaming for help. Like it's just out of instinct.
You know what's crazy is then after that 30 seconds is up, you're just back. You're dry. Like you're back wherever you were at.
See, that even thinking about it like makes me feel weird. I'm just like, because I'm just like imagining like 2 a.m, pitch black dark in the middle of the ocean.
It's crazy. I mean, dude, I'm not scared of water, but like the deep ocean terrifies me.
Yeah.
Oh, it terrifies me.
I'm
not even worried about like being necessarily like eaten by something, but like it is a possibility. But like still,
just you're sitting on top of the water and you're just like, I know this goes down really far,
and I can't see. Like, yeah, I got to be able to swim enough to be able to stay up. Yeah, dude, it's gonna give me anxiety.
Yeah, no, that's my problem. Like knowing, like being out there, you're like, I know this goes down like at least 100 foot.
yeah, at least. And the thing is, like, something could be pulling you under, and you're at like 28 seconds, right? So now you're fighting it, and you're fighting it for a few more seconds. That's the longest 2 seconds of your life, dude.
I'd be dying. I don't even like. I'm gonna have nightmares about that.
Yeah, you just gotta think about that 100 million.
Yeah, every time, like as soon as you poop, you're like 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, like just like.
I'd have a calendar. I'd have 5 calendars up for the 5 years, and I'd be crossing them days off.
For sure.
And I'd be writing on it too. This day sucked. Almost died. But then like there's some where like you spawn at like 11:30 in the morning, and you're like, that's not too bad. These days aren't too bad.
I'd definitely probably write a book in the process.
Oh yeah,
of it all.
You write a song about it.
Yeah.
It'd be a scary song, but you write a song about it.
I'd definitely be documenting every day, yeah, this day sucked. Like
You just carry a GoPro with you at all times, and when you feel it, you're like, click.
Yeah.
You just notate the whole thing. That would be wild.
People would see a montage after like 5 years of all these videos, and they'd be like, "Why was he just videoing in the ocean like this? Like this is weird."
Yeah, you could make a movie about it, dude.
No, yeah, that would be crazy. Like those type of movies, like that they kind of play like it's being filmed on camera, and like that would be.
Dude. I'd watch it.
Someone would get anxiety watching that for sure.
Oh yeah, me.
I got a little bit of anxiety watching that movie 47 Meters Down. I'm just like.
I like those movies, like The Meg.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude. Like, it's not scary, but like, yeah.
The Meg, like really, like I was like, damn, that messed me up a little bit.
Dude,
real.
It's a little nerve wracking.
Those movies like that, like especially like in water, like when people are going like diving and stuff like down, movies like that kind of like freak me out a little bit more than like actual scary movies, just because I'm like at the edge of my seat. I'm like, you need to swim up and get air now. Like you need air.
I'm the same way, dude. I like start sweating for them. I'm like, you just need to live, like, or like they're going down and like the camera shows you what's in the distance, but the person diving doesn't know. So like you know something's about to happen, and you can't do anything about it. Yeah, dude, screw that.
No, I absolutely hate it.
Well, that's all I got for you, man. So I did too. I appreciate you coming out.
No, for sure.
We'll cheers it up to end this with this strong freaking.
I mean,
whatever this is.
I done diluted mine.
Yeah.